You know, there's no reason to, like, finish it just because of,
Mama
you know,
didn't raise no
popcorn.
quitter.
You know, if you're not, like, we do this channel because it's fun and we're having fun doing it. So if you're playing a game that you're not having fun with, like...
Adventure time! Come on, grab your friends. We'll go to very distant lands.
Welcome back, puppers, to Adventure Time, Pirates of the Enchiridion. I almost said Pirates of the Caribbean, Adventure Time. I was like,
Could you just imagine Jack Sparrow as a part of this group with his...
He would definitely have, like, very, like, spindly arms as he does his little
Just, like,
run.
his weird,
So
like...
we're playing as BMO here. We're infiltrating the area. Oh, there's a treasure chest. Hang on, little BMO.
Do you know why he walks like that?
Because he's got little stubby legs.
No, not BMO, Jack Sparrow.
Oh, I don't remember. I know they were explain it though.
It's his sea legs. Have you ever noticed when he's on a ship, he walks normally?
Yeah.
But then he gets on land and he walks like that because he has sea legs.
Sea legs. Oh, cool.
Which I thought was like, no, that's not real. And then I went on a cruise. Oh my God. Okay, first of all, it's funny as shit to watch everybody get off the ship because everyone is like knocking around. No one can walk straight.
Exactly.
Like, but I had a horrible, horrible time with sea legs because I never got
2
them.
out of 10. Do not recommend.
Yeah, I never got sea legs, so I was like just constantly walking around like I was drunk.
Oh, okay.
And I found out it's because I have inner ear issues.
Oh, okay.
So like I never got acclimated to the balance of being on sea.
I was only out at sea once, and it was just on a little fishing trip. So it was like at a max 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long you have to be out on the ship to be sea leg worthy.
I don't know. I think it's different for everyone.
Okay. All right, we got these guards. They're protecting Torcho, and we gotta take care of them so that we can talk to Torcho. Ouch. But what's nice is after that little infiltration that BMO did to get the treasure chest, I was able to get the party together because I know, like, it's unfortunate that like Marceline's soloing isn't really good. Like,
Yeah.
I don't recommend soloing with any character, but BMO is just like, just take out the game and put it back in, close the software. Sorry, I was speaking crazy talk. Take out the game and put it back in. We did that in the old days.
Right.
In the old Nintendo, it's just like, oh shit, reset, take the game out, put it back in.
Well, not only that, but you had to blow into the cartridge.
You didn't have to. It was just something that was just like, this is the way to work.
It wasn't gonna work if you didn't. That was us with our Sega. Like, if it stopped working, you had to take it out and you had to, like, real quick and then stick it back in.
Yep. Make sure it's a dry.
It was only the
You don't
saliva
want
of
spit getting on
children
the chip.
that would make it work.
Those things were powered by the saliva of children. I remember there was a comedian that said only you could blow on your own Nintendo cartridges.
Oh, yeah.
If you had a friend come over, no, you're not doing it right. You got to get the right angle.
Yeah. Well, it was almost like an invasion of privacy.
Yep.
Like, to have your friends, like, blow into the cartridge. Like, no. No. This is mine.
This is my Sonic the
But then
Hedgehog.
as soon as you fought over, like, blowing into the cartridge and you took a sip of your Surge, you would hand it to them. Hey, try this. Like, you know, like, it didn't matter.
Surge. I remember that drink. Oh my god, that is a 90s drink. It was like this lemon lime little like sour patch in a can. Oh boy, before energy drinks there was Surge.
Facts.
Oh boy. Snowball launcher. Do it. Do it.
And I was just doing it.
Release the snowball onto the fire god.
I don't know that they knew how infamous that one line would be in meme culture. Sometimes I really just picture myself jumping off a cliff.
Meme culture saved those prequels.
Oh, yeah.
Because before meme culture, they were just criticized left and right. This
Yeah.
is how you don't build a franchise.
And
This
now
is how
they're
you
super
don't tell a
memeable.
Story. This is how you don't do character development. And now they're so relevant in the memes that, like, you can bullshit that, like, no. This movie was ahead of its time.
Yeah. Do it.
But there's also the fact that the kids grew up and now can form their own opinions and can build their own essays. This is Torcho, by the way.
Yeah. She is briefly in the show.
Briefly in the show, okay.
Pretty normal to us. Yeah, we have to fight a bunch of guys to talk to most of the people we want to talk to.
And that doesn't send you any sort of message.
That we're persistent?
What do you
That we're stuck in a gameplay loop, perhaps?
Come back to the fire union with us and superheat the core. The fires are almost out.
And why exactly would I want to do that?
Because your fire will fizzle too if the core goes out?
Good point. Okay, I'll help. But I'm going to need you to gather some things for me first. I'll make you a list.
Cool. No offense.
I can't believe the fate of Ooh is in your hands. Just meet me at the core when you've gotten everything I need.
All right, this is one of those segments I like to call a side quest disguised as a main quest. It's one of those things, hey, collect these things for me and I'll get it done. And I'm just like, like a side quest. It's required to beat the game. A main quest. Well, all right. So what we have to do is collect these 3 heat cores. They are infested with guards. So, to get most of these cores, we're going to have to use Marceline's invisibility. But if you get caught, oh dear. So yes, I jumped the gun. This is the part where I experienced the glitches.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And, alrighty, I thought I could jump down there, but apparently I couldn't.
Because, Marceline isn't floating.
The designers is like, hey, we have to have some barriers here, because she's just going to float all over the place. Nah, it's fine.
See, so if I was going to create this game as is, but
Nope,
change
too far.
but change one mechanic,
Uh-huh.
I would have it so that you couldn't play as Marceline unless you were playing on like an easy mode.
Oh, why is that?
Because she can float.
Oh.
So like it doesn't make sense that she has to like jump over things and stuff when she's floating.
Right.
So I would do kind of like how Yoshi's Woolly World, like if you play on mellow mode, Yoshi has wings
okay.
and he can float. It's not recommended because then you miss everything. But like, I would have that feature. So
But
it's
then you
like,
can't open the treasure chest because Marceline's axe opens the treasure chest.
so you could still utilize her in battles and weapon,
Okay.
but like, you wouldn't be able to like play
Control
as her.
Interesting. All right.
So like, if you were to pass a treasure chest that she would have to open, like, there should be like a button to press if you're playing as Finn, Jake, or BMO. It'd be like, hey, Marceline, handle this. Like,
oh, okay.
so that way you're still kind of controlling her, but you're not playing as her unless you're
Okay.
on easy mode. So in
Okay.
that easy mode, she would
just
be able to
floats
like
over
float
everything.
over things. So that way you're not like falling into the lava or, the things that would make it quote unquote difficult.
Okay. What if she had like an exhaust meter similar to
Yeah.
like Kirby in
Yeah.
a sense? To where like he's floating, but like,
That
when
way
that
you-
meter
you-
goes out, it's just
yeah.
like, whoop, can't float anymore.
Well, yeah, because, you don't want her to just, like, float.
Fly over the entire game. Alrighty then.
But I think that would be a neat... Not that this game seems like it's very difficult, but...
It's difficult, especially when the glitches come in. It's just
Yeah.
like, for God's sakes, I just want to do a battle normally, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say functionally, this is the worst game on the show.
Okay.
Content-wise and like enjoyability, it's more mid-tier. Like, I still have fun playing it. There's a lot of cool ideas. I like the characters because, like, I mean, it's adventure
Yeah.
time. But like, there's a lot of glitches. There's a lot of slowdown. There's a lot of, whoop, hang on, gotta get the place to load.
Yeah.
And like, again, there's quite a few games that do that, and maybe we'll experience some in the future. But for now, this one's the winner. Even though Boy and His Blob had some glitches.
Yeah, I was about to be like...
Oh boy. Yeah, Boy and His Blob is... Well, was like
I would
periodically fun, but still not my favorite.
I would have to say, out of all of the games that I've watched you play, that is the one where I was like, he's not having fun. Like, we had an actual discussion of like, listen, if you're not having fun, just stop. Like, you know, there's no reason to like finish it just because of,
Mama
you know,
didn't raise no quitter.
popcorn. You know, if you're not, it like, we do this channel because it's fun and we're having fun doing it. So if you're playing a game that you're not having fun with, like, what's the point? I played it so you don't have to. Like,
There's a lot of videos like that.
Yeah.
I played this game so you don't have to.
oh, I know, because I follow a lot of like, I read this book so you don't have to.
Okay. Yeah, if there's ever another game that makes me as mad as Boy and His Blob, that's probably what the title's gonna be.
Yeah.
I played this, so you don't have to.
I mean, because like, there were some moments in that game where the neighbors are like, is he okay? I'm like, he's playing a video game that he doesn't like too much. They're like, okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I don't think there's been any other game that I've raged quite as much.
Yeah. I'm knocking on wood.
Again, we're only approaching year 4. And
With,
if
like, 400 or
hypothetically
500 other games to play.
if like hypothetically YouTube is still a thing all throughout our marriage and our life, and I'm doing this as an old man, I don't want Boy and His Blob 2 to like cause me to bust a valve in my heart. You son of a it!
Blob got him.
And that was the end of Pupcorn. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-dum. Well, because most games have like an area that I'm just like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Whereas like
For Boy and His Blob, it was the whole thing.
Me.
Yeah.
Wasn't the whole thing. It was the first world was like, all right. There was a little bit of difficulty, but like I was enjoying myself. From the cave onward, I was not having a good time.
Oh.
And like less of like the cave and more of like that panther boss
Yeah.
where you had to like roll around and stuff. From that point onward, I was miserable.
Yeah.
Really rocked that fight.
So there we go. It starts like so innocent and charming and oh, this is a neat idea. And then it's just not my cup of tea. And like I realize I'm one of the like I have the minority opinion there, but I don't care. I do not like that game. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah. I mean, that's my case with Shantae. Like,
Yeah. You didn't even play the game.
I didn't have to.
Like you didn't even have like a first experience sit down with the game. You didn't even get to like feel the controls. It was just oof, not my cup of tea. We already have one of the cores. It's just those big old yellow orbs.
Yeah.
We just collect those, and once we collect all of them, we can beeline on back to Torcho.
I don't remember when the core takes place in the show. Issues with the core.
Okay.
But I feel like it should be getting pretty close.
Okay. In the show, I believe we're in season 5.
Yes.
We just saw another Fiona and Cake episode.
One of my favorites. Whenever Marshall Lee pretends to die.
Mm-hmm. No, that was really cool. I like Fiona and Cake. Ice King's little fan fiction. That's neat.
Yeah.
And then Marceline's just like, let me tell a story. I got this.
She does it better than Ice King, and all the princesses are like, no, we like it. And he's like, get out.
Get out. But I also think there's some like foreshadowing because Ice King really wants those characters to be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we might see more of what becomes of Fiona and Cake the cat.
I feel like it would have been really, really interesting to see that as its own show, but I don't think it would be the same as Adventure Time.
It would be like, what's it called? Like the Patrick Star Show, and it didn't work after like 2 or 3 episodes. No, they tried to do a Patrick Star Show, and it didn't make it. Because like these spin-offs, it's like when Friends tried to do Joey, and Joey didn't work. It's like you try to do a spin-off with like one of the most liked characters,
and it just
but
doesn't.
You fail to realize that character is most loved because of the characters around them.
Right.
When you just isolate that character, like they did it again with Planet Sheen.
Oh, yeah.
You try to do just like a funny comic relief character and build a whole show around them, and every time it bombs.
Sheen wasn't my favorite. I always really loved Carl.
Right.
Oh, my scapula.
But it's just like, oh, we'll do a spin-off series with this character because this character is funny and gets like all the attention. And it's just like, you gotta understand that character gets the attention because it like balances out. The other characters balance them out.
Right.
Without those other characters, the whole thing falls flat.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Because I've seen it happen like every single time. But like, studios just want to take that risk. It's just like, people love this character, let's make a show about him.
Well, because you know why.
Money!
Money!
Money! Now, granted, I have no knowledge about how Camp Coral's even doing, and that's like the prequel show, where like SpongeBob and everyone are like children, and they're going to like a Boy Scouts camp and stuff, and like it's a whole different animation.
I was gonna say,
I don't
for
know
me,
if it's
not
still
even...
around. I don't even know if it's doing well.
I mean, I get ads for it all the time
but
when I watch
also
Paramount.
don't care.
For me, it's all about the animation style, because it's the same when they like put the new Rugrats, and it's
that's
like
what I was
claymation.
going to get to.
Like,
it's just like, did they cancel the
Yeah,
Rugrats?
I
Is
just
it still
can't-
going? But also, I don't care.
like, I'll just rewatch the old ones.
Like it's not only that, because like you get some reboots that like are mainstream enough to get full on attention, like the DuckTales reboot. Rugrats reboot hasn't really gotten that.
well, because
It got the buzz that it exists.
Well, I
and then
don't
that's
think
it.
it's on TV. I think it is only streaming. Because
Okay.
I think it's the same with Camp Coral. It's not on TV. Like, you have to have
Still,
Paramount to
like
watch
word
it.
of mouth, like there'd be more about, oh, did you see this episode?
Yeah.
Check out what this is doing. Like even Disney Plus shows have that.
Well, I mean, it's also look at the studios. Nickelodeon versus Disney.
All I'm
Like,
saying
can you
is,
really like say that Nickelodeon has the same audience and the same numbers
I dive
and the
into
same
a
money?
lot of like communities.
Yeah.
I'm not a part of them. I just oversee just to see like what's everybody
Yeah.
talking about. What's the new hip thing? What do people love to hate? What do people love to love?
Yeah.
And Rugrats is kind of just in the new Rugrats. Nobody really
Yeah.
talks about it, which is the worst death a thing can have. If it leaves no impression,
Right.
If it has like just a minute audience, but like for the most part no one gives a shit, that probably means it's not that good.
Yeah.
Whereas there's a lot of things that are good that just get too much hate.
But I also
So-
think it's like,
And again, this is just my perspective.
see, whereas I'm thinking of it more on
Oh
like
fuck! Oh, I'm about to die.
more on like a business side of things, because it's like how you mentioned Disney, like, oh,
And I'm
well,
out.
Disney Plus, and it's like, yeah, that's a thing. However, if you think about it, like, what do you get when you download Paramount? There's no extra little features for the family. It's like, but when you download Disney Plus, you also get Hulu, you get, you know, the Sports Center, ESPN, whatever it is. You get like Discovery. So it's like there's a lot packaged in it.
Okay.
So I feel like parents are more likely to download Disney Plus because you get all the extras plus Marvel.
Okay.
Whereas like Paramount Plus, why bother?
Right.
You know, it's the same with like how I was like, oh, I really want to watch the show American Gods, but I don't want to download Stars.
Right.
There's nothing else on Stars that I want to watch. So like I'm not going to watch American Gods, and it was canceled.
Ah.
Like the show was canceled because of declining ratings, because like I think streaming has ruined a lot of TV,
Yeah, it has.
but it's ruining itself.
well, absolutely.
Because now
it's
it used to
falling
be like
into
you
the,
had Netflix and you had Hulu, but then it's like Disney pulled everything off of those and they made Disney Plus, and then Nickelodeon pulled everything off of those and made Paramount, and you know Discovery pulled everything out and they're making their own. Now HBO Max is going down, and Cartoon Network is pulling everything out of HBO Max. Like, so instead of paying for cable, you now have to like pay for 6 or 7 streaming services to get the same experience.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like now you got to pick and choose, because the whole point of why people were streaming is because it was cheaper than cable.
right.
So now it's like, now it's not cheaper than cable.
No.
So people are picking and choosing the best packages.
Yes.
And I don't think Nickelodeon has the best package. So I feel like those shows, while they could be popular for a new audience for the same reason that the Disney remakes are popular for new audiences, because it's nostalgic for the parents.
Okay.
Like, these cartoons are targeting children of our generation because we watched SpongeBob, because we watched Rugrats. So, like, it's targeting them. But what they don't understand is also our generation is saddled with insurmountable amounts of student loan debt. You know, all of the things that we can't pay off. We've gone through 2 recessions. You know, we're more like financially struggling, I guess.
Okay.
So it's you pick and choose.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if we had a child and we're struggling with, like, you know, financially, not necessarily struggling, but, like, watching what we're spending. Am I going to, like, download Paramount so my kid can watch Rugrats and SpongeBob? Or am I going to download Disney Plus where they can watch Discovery Channel, they can watch the Marvel movies, they can watch all the Disney movies, Disney cartoons, they can watch Discovery? Like, I'm going to take the better offer.
Okay.
So I think that's a big reason why those shows aren't doing as well.
Okay.
Because they're just not lumped in with a good offer.
Okay.
Like,
And
our
that
generation is very much like,
results
what's
in
the better
less
deal?
exposure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was really long-winded.
No fucking kidding. I was just like, yeah, okay.
I was getting to the point,
You made
though.
a good
I didn't
point,
go on
though.
any
No.
side tangents
No,
or
you
anything.
didn't.
I
You-
just had
I was going to bring it
explain.
up, but you eventually got there, so I was just like, no, she's got it. And that whole time, we died, reloaded the save, and now we're going to try it again. Yeah, if you get caught as Marceline, it's basically game over. And then what happens is, I don't know, eventually you get into a battle where you can't fight. And that's what we're going to see in the next battle. Because Marceline cannot take these guys by herself. I'm trying my best. I'm doing like fire perks and all that stuff so that I have more of a fire defense.
But yeah, in one round, they just took, you know, more than half of her life.
Yeah, why do you get so many goddamn turns? Go easy on me. Like, they're overcompensating for, like, the lack of partners that I have in this fight. So there we go. He buffed. He blocked. He gets to attack. He's buffing. And now it's my turn. So it's like, what do I want to do? Do I want to use my special? Because that makes me more powerful, but, like, it also leaves me open. Alright, that was a good hit. Ouch.
Yeah, but now you're almost dead.
Yeah. Blocking. Flame storm. Yeah, I'm done.
Not good.
And now for another 5-minute loading screen.
Sorry, guys. I don't have another tangent to go on.
Sorry, don't have another one of those, I'm afraid.
I fell into a mini rabbit hole of just, like, if you were born in the 90s, everything that, like, our generation has experienced until now. And I was like, holy shit. Like, our generation has been completely, like,
Pulled in every
we've
direction.
seen some things, man.
Yeah.
And then, like, also for Gen Z, the one after us. Are they Gen Z?
Yeah. Gen Z. Gen X is the one before us.
Yeah. For like Gen Z,
We don't even get a letter.
why I know millennials. It's because we're the Star Wars generation.
How?
Get it? The millennial Falcon.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was funny. Anywho,
I was being a little, actually, A New Hope was released in that. That's basically where my brain went. You're just like, we're the Star Wars generation, and I was just like,
well, actually, push his glasses up from the center. Yeah, and like it was an article just explaining like why each generation is the way they are. And it was just like, it makes a lot of sense whenever they like pull it apart and pick it apart as to like why we are the way we are.
yeah.
And like I was saying, you know, we've gone through 2 recessions, a few pandemics, you know, more than one.
0 world wars, though.
Yeah, 0 world wars. Almost a world war. There was almost one.
But it wasn't. This is like that conversation of, oh, I could have.
Yeah.
But you didn't.
But there was the threat of it.
There is the threat, yeah.
We also experienced, like, technically, it was, and the article had an argument. I can't recall said argument. But, like, we technically experienced war on homeland.
Okay.
From 9/11. Which was the first time that's happened in a long time.
So here's a huge controversial take. And I'm just going to say, I am of the opinion that humanity peaked before 9/11.
Oh, facts.
And, like, this has caused, like, a huge, like, it was the start of the huge divide.
Absolutely.
That we have.
I would agree with that. And whether you agree or disagree, that's fine. You know, we are allowed to think our own thoughts. But, like, just our generation has experienced a lot.
Okay.
You know, we went from being children growing up with, like, record players and, you know, 8-track cassette tapes.
Yep.
Into, like...
To now streaming music directly from our phone.
Yeah.
Or other
to
devices.
having a computer in our pockets
Bimo,
at all
what
times.
the shit?
Like, Bimo's like, hi, everyone.
Bimo, how'd you get there? Bimo, you're going over the waterfall.
He's like, I fucked up.
Waterfall. Quick. Use the perfect cast.
Oh.
All right, so there were 2 of the heat cores. No, that's all of them. All right. Return to Flame Princess. Oh, God. No. Jake.
Yeah,
Wesker.
Jake said the same thing.
By the gods, this dog.
He's like, I try.
Ah, there it is. I don't know what this is, but I think we broke the game.
Oh, this is the glitch.
This is the glitch. 3 fins, everyone. Like, no, 4 fins. But so what's happening is the game's confused and stuck between loading the battle and the overworld. So I shut the switch off and I'm like, all right, we'll continue this in the next episode.
Well, goodbye, Finny, Toodles!